I would just say it's key and important to rest. Your body needs to rest. You need to rest your body, period. You need the time where you unwind and do absolutely nothing. We need to take the time we need to rest. And I tell my agents here, like the admin staff, I don't need you here 10 hours, 12 hours. That doesn't prove to me that you work hard. It doesn't. I need to know you're resting. So weekends, evenings, I need to know that you're resting and you're spending time with your family.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Today, I wanted to talk about rest. Tomorrow, I go on a vacation. I know this morning, I'm like, Jimmy, I'm away. Like, I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not answering texts, messages, anything. So I'm detoxing from the phone.
I do need to put a little disclaimer. When this recording comes out, she might be back in the office. So don't take this literal.
Yeah, that's right. But right. I wanted to talk about rest. I'm excited about tomorrow. It's probably the first time. I don't even know when I turned my phone off.
It was a long time ago.
I would say, you would say, well, the kids were born. I still worked. I was giving birth working. So, no, I was 100%. I was answering calls. I was closing deals. It's crazy.
Were you the one like, excuse me, doctor, give me one more second?
No, it was after the baby was born. I know, horrible, but I never ever have been disconnected from the phone. So I'm leaving my phone at home. And I'm unplugging.
Oh, wow. You're actually leaving your phone at home.
100%.
Congrats.
So, because I know if I bring it, I'm going to look at it. And that's why I said to you, Jamie, I'm not looking at my phone. And you're like, well, I'll send it. I don't want to do anything with work. I want to have those days, like it's from the 1st till the 8th. So obviously July 1st to the 8th, this will come out after. But yeah, so I'm going to unplug. I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling?
A little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to slow it down. I'm just excited about this vacation. But it is key to rest, right? I say this to the team all the time. You know, the posts go up. I'm like, rest this weekend.
But
rest.
You never do it.
But I never do. So I've gone through a lot of testing with my family doctor. The body does a lot of weird things when you don't rest. And I've said this numerous times. Doesn't matter if you're meditating or, doing your yoga practices. Sometimes you need to unplug and rest, right? So you're not going 100 miles an hour, 24 hours. So somebody said something to me. They're like, you drive 120 miles. You think you're a Porsche, but you're a Honda, right? And it was kind of funny because it's true, right? I think I'm young, right? Why am I associating a Porsche with being young and a Honda with being old?
I don't know. I'm trying to get to that
What
point.
about a Buick? Let's do the scenario with a Buick. I drive a Cadillac, so it's like, you know what? That's an old lady's car.
That is, I was going to say it, but...
Let's do a Porsche.
Let's go back to the Porsche.
The Porsche and a Honda. But it's true. You're trying to use an engine of the Porsche in a Honda, and that just doesn't work out. You need to take care of yourself. So it's important to rest because your body will shut down. I post about this all the time. And exactly that's what's happened, right? So I've never actually turned off my phone. So I don't know how I'm going to feel with this whole detox.
I bet you're going to feel some anxiety in the first days.
I believe Zarain said too. So Zarain got me this puzzle book. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this puzzle book and coloring books? He's like, you may need this. Because I'm like, no, I'll keep myself busy. He's like, you may need this. But yeah, so I'm excited about it. But I wanted to talk about rest. And what forms of rest? What does that look like, right? So I was actually looking it up, and it is key and important to shut off everything and just not do anything and not be set by schedules, right? Because we're always doing this. So to the moms out there, I'll talk about, my life. This morning alone, and then as I was driving here, like my daughter wanted to come, so she's here. But as I was driving here, I thought about what I did this morning. I'm like, let's just use this as an example if we're going to talk about it. So I woke up, it was 4:30. I did meditation for about an hour with music. Then I got up, I made coffee for everybody. I took all the bed sheets out, because I like to have my house clean before I leave. So I took all the bed sheets out of all the houses, of all the bedrooms, threw it out. Then my mother-in-law's moving in tomorrow, like today. Today's her last day at her job. She's retiring. We're going to the party. And I organized her room, got her room all fixed, moved all the mattresses out, put her mattresses in from the basement up. Me and Zareen were doing that. And this is all before I came. I know. See, you're looking at me. Then I made breakfast for everybody. And then I switched over the laundry, put in the second load. And then I cleaned the 3 rooms up at the top. Like I vacuumed, cleaned all of it, that all the bed sheets are out of. And then I cleaned all 3 of them and said, okay, I'll clean the bathrooms and all that tonight. I'll do all the rest of the cleaning for the house.
I'm tired. Just listening to all this.
I
tired.
know. And then, so when I was making breakfast for the kids, I was like, oh, thank God I get a rest because we're going to my mother-in-law's retirement right after this. But that's what I'm saying to you. So everybody's like, oh, and sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, well, messaging the agents and all that, whoever calls on that. So talking to Thing, dealing with a lot of stuff this morning. I sent out sorry. So in that whole thing from 4:36, 6 to like 7:30 before everybody gets up, I'm sending out messages to everybody, for the day. So that's on top of work, right? But I'm leaving tomorrow. So I just wanted to get everything organized. I like to come home to a clean house and it smells fresh. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do. But that's what I'm saying to you. And that's just today. That's just this morning. And I came in here at 9:30. Yeah, that's 9. Right. 9. That's what I'm saying to you. So is your body resting? So when the doctor's like, Carm, you don't rest, you're stressed out. I'm like, yeah, okay, he's right. So write out your day, see what it looks like, and see what adjustments you can make, right? And the only reason why today looked like that is because, and thank God my mother-in-law is moving in. Love my mother-in-law. She's gonna help a lot. So, and normally school's out for summer. So I homeschool the kids. School's out for summer. Normally in all that, I would throw in education at 7 a.m. Like the kids would be taught from 7 to 9. So that's why I'm saying to you, like, it's a hectic morning. Like it's hectic. And then when you think you're resting, your body's not resting, right? You're not, because you're like still so anxious from trying to run and get all this stuff done, right? It's crazy. It's ludicrous, right?
And then you're so busy doing all of these things, you don't even notice how fast you're going.
You're right. Because the one thing, Zareen's like, are you going to have breakfast before you go? And I'm like, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry because you're always on the move. Mm-hmm. So like some recommendations, like I would just say it's key and important to rest. Your body needs to rest. You need to rest your body, period. You need the time where you unwind and do absolutely nothing, right? We say this, Sundays is my cleaning day. So Saturdays I'm going to rest. I don't rest. I realize I don't because I'm running 100 miles an hour and we don't eat out much at all. I do a lot of the cooking at home, like 3 meals, right? So, and it's a lot of work, right? And that's what I'm saying to you. And then we have where yesterday we went out for dinner because I'm like, Zareen, we should have like at least an hour and a half together before this whole week of like being slammed together on vacation. Let's just spend some time together. And then you have mom guilt.
Yeah.
They like this restaurant, blah, 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 And it's like, we need to understand that we are resting or set like, having that rest or that time apart to be better for each other, right? And I feel like I forget that because I'm so stuck in the moment as a mom that I'm like, oh, I feel bad. But I think it comes and it stems from when they were born, I didn't take the mat leave off. Right. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm always robbing time from them. And you're right. Like I remember when they were born and now look at the age, right? I'm like, whoa, where'd the time go? Right. You stress out and you're like, did I rob time from them? Should I have taken that time off? And you're regret and you're holding that.
Well,
right?
when you speak to older people, one of the things that they always say is that, don't worry so much about work. Worry more about the people around you.
My dad used to say that all the time.
And I think we need to listen more to the older generation because
you're right.
They've gone through it, man. They 100%. Understand.
No, you're right. And my dad used to say that when I had the 6 weeks with him in between the surgery and when he passed, I swear, Jamie, all he would say every time I picked him up, he goes, you're so successful and that's good, but spend the time with your kids. He's like, it's not worth working so much. Don't kill yourself over work. Don't be stressed, Carm. He's like, look at me. This is what happens, right? And I think we need to take that advice, right? We need to take the advice. We need to take the time we need to rest. And I tell my agents here, like the admin staff, I don't need you here 10 hours, 12 hours. That doesn't prove to me that you work hard. It doesn't. I need to know you're resting. So weekends, evenings, I need to know that you're resting and you're spending time with your family. That is a core value for me. Like, it's important that my team is taking the time with their family, right? But I want to just state that, I am going to separate from the phone, and I think it's like detox. I feel like it's a detox, and I'm excited that I'm going to do it. For the first time, I feel so blessed that I can rely on Lisa to handle the business. And I told her, listen, Lisa, if it's burning down, that's when you call me. Call Zervain. So Zervain's going to have his phone. And I said to Zervain, don't tell me anything. If you can make the decision, make the decision. Don't tell me. Yeah. Let me be at peace for the 7 days. I just need 7 days. And I want to start doing this where I take 7 days and, and I think it's even us that we need to put boundaries up, Jamie.
Yeah.
As self-employed people, we're always on our phone.
We are. And what you're saying, I'm thinking, you don't even need to go away. You just need to make that decision of not looking at your phone, because the phone is that link to work that we have as entrepreneurs. And it's always on, and we always see the messages, and we...
You know what we should do? You should... Chantel, shout out to Chantel. She's amazing. She's on my team. I love her so much. Shout out to Chantel. You know what she said to me yesterday, which I was going to bring to you, is as an entrepreneur and self-employed, get a personal phone and a business phone. Two separate phones.
I had that.
Yeah, I know. I remember I was harassing your son.
Yeah. I give it to my son.
No, but honestly, for your own health, I think when I come back, I'm going to look at doing that, where I get a personal phone where it's just my personal phone and this is my business phone.
But you can't give that phone number to
anyone. Yeah. And I believe like you need to unplug, because I get to be the best version for my agents. When I unplug, I get to be that best version for them, period. Right. And that's what we want to do, is we want to be the best version of ourselves for anybody coming into our experience. Because if we don't, you're somebody you're really not, due to circumstances, due to stresses of life, right? You become this animal, and because you're just operating and you're on edge, right? And people are like, oh, I don't want to be around that person because they're on edge all the time and they're always stressed out. So are you doing justice to anybody around you or yourself, right? Let's talk about just being yourself. Are you doing justice for you? No. So I would highly recommend, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to talk about it when I get back. Somebody on the team, we had the vision boards, which we're going to talk about the vision boards, because people were messaging me saying, what's up with vision boards, right? So I want to talk about the concept of vision boards. So that's our next segment. I have one more shirt. No, I'm kidding. But the one thing this person said to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, we know, me and you, we've known each other for so long. If I walk into a room and I'm off, you recognize it.
100%.
Just like I do with you. And this one individual on Friday, I wasn't feeling good. So content behind it is my stepson threw something at me, hit my face, and the pain that I felt, it was ridiculous.
It just hit the nerve.
No, it did. And it was all black inside, right? So it was it was vein. I looked it up, and it's burst veins, right? It bled, but inside, and it didn't open up, cut. It was swollen. Oof. So that's the pressure. I don't think people know, when anything in this area hurts or your ears hurt, your whole body's off. Just like when your toe hurts, you stub your toe, same thing. Yeah. So here's what I'm saying when it comes to that. So I was off because the pain, and I was trying to masquerade the pain. I never take medication. I took 2 Advils to try to we're having the vision boards, and yet I still couldn't shake that pain feeling. So I was trying to be fake. But somebody noticed on the team, and they pulled me aside, and they're like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And I just let them know. I'm like, oh, and then as they came closer, they're like, oh, wow, are you okay? Holy man, you could see the bruise, right? And I'm like, yeah, the makeup didn't do anything. So, but yeah, so that's why I'm saying to you is, we want to be the best version we can be possible. And the way we do that is sometimes separating from our loved ones to take the rest we need to be our best version for anybody entering into our experience. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to give that energy to my team. I want to give them love, compassion, welcoming feeling at all times. So the way I see it is taking the time, taking the rest, doing all of that is assisting in the team dynamic and who I am for the team. So that's why when talking about rest, I write about it all the time. You see it, Jamie, on the chats and everything, but I never applied it.
Yeah.
Right?
I think these little things, these little devices were and are one of the best pieces of technology we've done, and they help us in so much. But we now have to learn how to manage these guys. Because remember the days before this where we would leave the office at 5 o'clock and we would only come back to work the next day?
100%. But we're never unplugged. That's what I'm saying. With these phones, we're never unplugged,
and life went on, though. Like, if there was a problem at 6 in the evening, well, we're going to have to wait until 9 o'clock tomorrow and it'll get solved then. But now I get emails and messages at any given time.
You're right. So I don't know. I would love to hear some of the things that people do to unwind and relax. I would love some tips, that you have. You can DM me, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on Spotify. I'm going to mention again. If you're walking, hit us up. Listen to some of our episodes. But
great suggestion for the summertime.
Yeah.
When
you're walking,
get onto that Spotify when you're on the beach, walking around. Listen to the show. It's good.
It's awesome. Yeah. So subscribe, hit the bell notification. And if you have any questions, please let me know. But thank you so much for tuning in and have an awesome day.
That's so weird. Do that.
Why would you make me do that? Why would I do it? Why? Far, wherever you are.
God, why? Stop yelling so loud.
Whoa, why are you yelling?
You were yelling.
I was not yelling. This is not yelling. Like, geez, you deserve that. I did the yelling now. Who partnered me with this guy?
Join on the corner where the big boys play.